I recently took my car to Maaco, and this is before, and this is after. In addition to getting the car painted, I did some other things like replace the headlights, the grille, the antenna, the stereo, the backup camera, and added a front camera. And also blacked out the car emblems. A couple of years ago, this car started looking pretty shabby, particularly the front door, which had an attempted paint job that didn't work out. And then the hood started to peel. Front bumper was in rough shape. The orange peel was peeling on the trunk. The roof was in really bad shape. This is actually it when it was cleaned, and was also starting to form some rust. And I learned that one of the reasons it started deteriorating so much is I just didn't wash or wax the car, which I have discovered actually protects the car. First step was to wash the car and get off all the debris out of it. And I decided to do all the body work myself with the exception of the roof. So here I started to sand chipping of the paint on the hood down quite a bit. I just used a sanding block. And then I applied the first coat of Bondo, which I put on too thick, so it was just hours and hours of sanding. And then I put this glaze on there, but it's really just for pinholes. You don't mix it. It's not a two-parter. It wasn't sanding well. It was breaking apart. Tried to sand most of this off. I eventually got the two-parter glaze and put that on. Pretty much finished the sanding of the hood at this point. Now it was time to attack these dents on the passenger side of the car, and also took those bumper strips off, which are sort of a sign of an older car. So same procedure here. The thing about the Bondo is you have to work fast. When it starts to harden, just immediately take it off your spreader as well as whatever you're using to mix the Bondo on. And I used a roller of cellophane around the board and then removed it when I was done with that batch each and every time. And you're better to do it with smaller amount. So on the driver's side of the car, it was mainly sanding the bad paint off, and then had a little bit of a dent here. So same procedure here. All the body work is complete. It's one day before painting. We had these badly painted doors sanded down. The roof is going to be repaired by Macco. You can see the surface rust pinholes basically throughout the entire roof. So they're going to repair that as well. We're going to replace these headlights and the grille. And on this side, we have the bodywork done on all the doors, as well as this side panel and trunk sanded down. The car was hit with a softball here, and there's a small dent, so I pulled it out and sanded it down. So it's ready to go. Here's the car being dropped off at Maaco, and the guy actually said I did a pretty good job with the Bondo and actually gave me a B, which I'll take. And I also took the headlights and rear lights and license plates off eventually. And just wait at this point. 4 days later, I pick up the car, and here's my first impressions. I thought it looked great right from the get-go. I thought they did a great job. They also took all the emblems off, and I kind of liked that look. So I was thinking I might sort of keep that look. Just put the one emblem on the back above the license plate and black it out. So there's the hood, and the Bondo turned out pretty good in the end. So I just threw my old grill and old lights on just to drive the car home, and planned on replacing those. Here's the car when I first parked it at home. They did an amazing job on the roof. And the next step was to replace these headlights and the grille. Forgo trying to attempt to clean them myself again, which never seemed to work very long. So, you have to take the bumper off. There's many tutorials on how to do this. And these are the original from the car. Here's the old ones against the new ones. And these new headlights for about $100. Here's a new grill that I got for about, $95 or so. Same exact grill as the original. Here's the new lights and the new grill. Make a big difference. Here's just sort of going back and forth on like the before and after of the car. Since I took video of it in a similar position, it's kind of fun to go back and forth between new and old. So here's the old, here's the new. And the roof, again, was in really rough shape. I was not looking forward to doing that. In the end, it cost about $600 for Maaco to do that, and they did a fantastic job, and it was well worth it. Look at it. I mean, the before of that was just a mess. And here is the after, which just looks so much better. The car is a little dusty here, and I still have to put the emblem on, but it still looks great. So here again is the passenger side before and after. Here's the hood and the grille and the lights. Also decided to swap out the antenna. No real performance difference, but it's just a lot more modern looking today. So I figured why not. So here's swapping out before and after of the license plate holder. For the back emblem and back license plate, basically just spray it with the Plasti Dip, 4 coats, waiting 30 minutes in between. Before and after, close up. And then I just took the old stereo out, put in a new one. I basically just wanted a screen with CarPlay on, blacking out the emblem before and after. And then also installed a front camera. There's a wire going through the car. It's grounded to the frame. All the wiring is done. Now we've got the new camera as well as the front emblem blacked out. So now here's the front camera installed. So I just put this can out here just to get an idea of how far the camera sees ahead. It's probably about 3 feet maybe. So I might have to readjust that camera and point it down a little more for it to be more helpful with parking to see the car in front of me. And now here's the back camera, and this camera works a lot better. The picture quality is better, and you also can see a lot closer behind you. As you can see, this can's only about a foot, maybe less, behind the car. Helps tremendously to park. I just simply wouldn't have a car without a backup camera at this point. But this being an older car, needed these upgrades. And there's the back camera itself, which works great. And there's the finished car. And I went to a Macco in Torrance, California, and they were very nice, and they gave a decent estimate. Here's their estimate. I really wanted the quality of the paint job to be there, so that's why I decided to go to Torrance. So as you can see, their total cost out the door was $1,670. So a lot of this was some financial savings by doing a lot of this work myself. And I really didn't want to buy a new car. This car worked great. I just wanted it to look nice. So I think that was all accomplished. I think Maaco did a fantastic job. I was more than happy with the finished result.